Hello, this is DH Dunn, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, playing as Nima. This is our second part of this series, and boy, the road to get to this part. There was a whole episodes 2 and 3 that I already recorded with this, and then went back to listen to them, and there were just all kinds of audio issues. For one, I had left my TV sound on, and so there was an echo, and just... You know, it's growing pains as I learn the do's and don'ts of streaming and recording and all this stuff. So I appreciate everybody riding along with me here. I have brought us back to where we were before all of that happened, and we're just going to go from here. So Nima had just taken out the big portal, sent away the big bad demon, and hopefully sealed the breach, but we don't really know yet. We do have a few things in this room to pick up, and it's a really nice room. I do want to talk some during this episode about Nima herself, but I want to balance this out where we're doing story stuff, and then probably during the fighting is when I will talk about character moments. So let's see what's in this this box here. Now, she's standing on the box, so I can't open it. Nima, move just a bit. There we go. Elf root. Okay, that was important. Special shipments. Armor of the Dragon. Stonebearer armor. Avar armor. Alright. Chakratar. Entem Sar. Okay. We'll check those out. And here's a note here. Let's see. Vain hope. Someone better than me takes over this before the survivor expires. Notes in the case. Clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast, not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here, just in case. Let's see what we, let's take a look at this goodies that we got here. Inventory. And let's check out, well, that's just terrible looking. That's just awful. That seems tremendously bulky. I mean, if it's really cold out, then I think this is probably decent. But whatever its stats are, it looks awful. That's just ridiculous. That's even more ridiculous. But this is pretty sharp looking. I don't think Nima would wear something like this. It's very ostentatious and flashy. Nima would probably prefer this mercenary coat. So I think I'm going to keep her in this. I know the stats on this are way, way better. We'll probably move to that when we get into a fight. But we'll stick with this for now. And weapons. Let's see. I think we got Dagger of the Dragon. Well, let's equip that. And that's pretty sharp looking there. Yeah. All right. All right. So... that very scared young elf had said that Cassandra wanted to see us, so let's go find her. Now, last time Nima saw these people, they all hated her. Now they seem to be standing at attention, and... The Herald of Andraste. Alright, and where are we? We're among mountains, like that, but looks like the big hole in the sky is still there. Alright. So I have changed the game audio to make the game a bit louder. I was very much overpowering it. I kind of suspect I'm still a bit overpowering it. If anybody has any feedback on that, feel free to throw a comment in. I'm not doing the whole like, comment, subscribe YouTube thing. This is just for fun. But if you want to let me know what you think of the series, I'm always happy to hear that. All right.
Completely mad. She should be taken to thorugh immediately to be tried
An
by
argument.
whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The dwarf
Okay.
failed.
Well, Nima would just barge right in.
Chain her. I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
All right, so this guy still clearly thinks Nima is guilty.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
No, she is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Nima's, she's not a spiritual person. She's definitely a believer in magic. And she does believe in, I didn't want to go too deep into Sherpa culture just for fear of getting things wrong. I did a ton of research, but in the end I didn't use much of it just because it's just too problematic an area. But I don't think she would accept she was a religious figure for another religion. But I think she would like that Cassandra thinks she's innocent.
So, you've changed your mind about me.
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. Ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Well, Nima would want to help.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
I don't want to talk and interrupt a movie. There we go. I really enjoy that sequence. That kicks off the Inquisition, and I love the music in this game. And I think Cassandra in particular is a really interesting character. She's very very proactive, which always makes for a good character. And she takes a lot of risks. She takes a lot of kind of ballsy positions, and that's very similar to Nima in these books. Nima is an act first, think later character. She, very much. It's a very big recurring theme that she leaps without looking, both literally and figuratively, and always leads with her heart, which very similar to Cassandra. I think Cassandra's a lot angrier than Nima is, but they do have a lot in common. And we're loading again.
Does it trouble you?
I really think Nima would think it was cool. Like, I think she would just go with it and like, yep, it's cool that I can do this thing.
It stopped spreading, and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are, we lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
So all of these characters, with the exception of Josephine, are from previous Dragon Age games. Liliana is from Dragon Age 1, Cassandra was in Dragon Age 2, Cullen was in Dragon Age 1, and one of the things I like about the series is how they kind of cherry pick characters from previous stories and bring them in, which is something that I also enjoy doing in my books. And basically there's two big cycles in the Fractured Everest series. There's 1 through 3, and then there's 4 kind of ongoing to this point. I think that's probably going to be 4 through 8. And there are several characters who are present in, besides the mains of Nima, Drew, and Upala, there are characters that are present in that 1 through 3 cycle, and some of them show up and sometimes in surprising ways in the second cycle. So I really like that. I enjoy a strong continuity callbacks in stories. So let's see, I think Nima would be happy to meet all these people.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a dwarf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Seems like they should be more worried about the big hole in the sky.
They aren't more concerned about the breach? The real threat?
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse. There is something you can do. A chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Alright, so we've got this war table here, which lets us choose the things that we're going to do next. Right now, the only place we can go is the hinterlands. So we're going to go there. Alright, so we will scout the hinterlands, venture forth. At a certain point, we will have more flexibility into picking who we're going to bring with us, but right now, we just have these three, so we'll bring them. Once we get settled in the hinterlands, there'll be more opportunity for chit-chat and commentary, but I'm trying to make sure I take a backseat to story dialogue when that comes in. Pretty long loading screens here. The hinterlands is a big place.
I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's good to see another dwarf in the Inquisition. There aren't many of us around. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands?
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
All right, so before we get into anything here, and I do think this is a really pretty area. I'm looking forward to looking around in it. I don't want to go too deep into Dragon Age mythology and lore, but the one thing that I think the story isn't doing a great job, or assumes you already know about, is the problems between the mages and Templars. So basically in this world, mages are people who are born with the ability to use magic, and that's generally viewed upon as a good thing, but with this ability to use magic comes the danger that you could become possessed by a demon. And so mages are kept in, or were kept, in communities called circles, and they were guarded by Templars. The Templars were an organization that was basically built to watch the mages, protect them, but then kill them if they showed signs of possession. So there's a lot of tension between the mages and the Templars. The Chantry is the religious group of this world, and basically kept the peace between them mages and Templars. And the mages in a previous game revolted and kind of went free and triggered a war between their group and the Templars. The Chantry was trying to solve that. At the outset of this game, there's a huge explosion, and the Divine, who's basically the Pope of the Chantry, was killed. And that removed kind of the last barrier between an all-out war between mages and Templars, and that's where we are now. So, other than the big hole in the sky that's dropping demons, that's kind of the other problem that's going on. Right, so we're just going to briefly level up the other characters. Nima has a point to spend too. So let's see. I would like to give her a little bit more stealth because I like the stealth. Normally I don't like stealth in games, but I like it with her. So, yeah, I like this. We'll take that. And with the other guys, though, the other folks, excuse me, I'm just going to auto level them up. Let them do their thing. Okay, and very quickly, let's give Nima her super cool armor, even though I think it's too flashy. And I actually really like this with the tools on the belt and everything. I think it looks pretty sharp, but we will give her the much better stats armor. I'm not wearing any of these ridiculous things on her, though. But we'll do this one. There we go. Okay. All right. So she looks like she's, you know, going to the prom or something, but whatever. All right. Let's move. We need to find... wait. There is a person I was supposed to talk to here. I see a little exclamation point somewhere down here. Hello?
Word for
How are you? Hello? There we go.
What is
Report.
Could prove useful, sir.
Okay, Hinterland's puzzle box requisition. So that's just another thing to do. This game absolutely crushes you with side things that you can do. We'll do some of them. Depends really on whether I think Nima would work on them or not. I don't think she's going to be too focused on a puzzle box requisition, but we'll see. I do really like this area. I think it's quite pretty and pastoral. So, and Nima being from Nepal, I mean, this doesn't look that different from Nepal in a lot of areas, and I think she would find this very much at home. Nima, I was going to say, wait, are we talking? No. Nima started off in my earliest versions of Under Everest as a side character, not the main character. But I very quickly realized that she had the most interesting story and the most interesting personality. And I'm going to get into a fight here, but I'm going to talk through fights.
Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Once I realized that, you know, I wanted Nima to be the main character of the book, the book really took off, trying to explain why this 17-year-old Sherpa girl in 1950 would be taking these incredible chances and risks. What were her reasons for doing this? And then, since I decided to flip the standard roles and make Drew Adley, the American Navy man, her sidekick, I had to, you know, why would that be? Why would this American guy be, you know, taking all these, letting this little Sherpa girl take the lead and make the calls, and working out why that made sense was really the key that unlocked the whole thing for me. And I love both the characters. I love their friendship. There aren't enough good male-female friendships and stories. And, you know, basically they become brother and sister to each other. They both have painful backgrounds, but they are affected by their painful backgrounds in a different way. Nima is defiantly happy. Despite all of the bad things that have been done to her, she very much is committed to not letting the world bring her down. Drew is in a different place in the books, and both of them go through quite a bit of journey through not just the first 3 books, but really all of them, in, you know, having their beliefs tested and their worldviews challenged. this year has obviously been a tough year for everybody. That's an understatement. And I've had to work on Nima quite a bit this year with revisions for books 4 and 5, which I was working on during April and May, and you know, some pretty dark months. And Nima was just a real godsend to have in my life every day. Having this positive optimist was wonderful.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle?
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven, and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Okay.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
All right. I think what I'd like to do is have us go talk to this Corporal Vale, and then I think we'll probably end this part. Our main objective was to find Mother Giselle, send her back to Haven, which she has. Seems like she thinks we need to go meet with the Chantry. But let's just see what Corporal Vale would like to talk to us about first, and then we'll give it a save.
You're with the Inquisition.
Whoops. Yes, we are.
The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
Okay. Alright, well, finding the Horsemaster would be important. What about people being cold?
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
All right. Okay. And there are people who are hungry.
You are starving?
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in a city. There's a hunter up the hill who had some ideas.
Okay.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
All right.
Farewell.
And you as well.
Well, I don't think Nima would just leave. We need 4 power in order to go to Val Royeaux and meet with the Chantry anyway. You get power by solving some quests. So next time we will get our 4 power by helping out the town, which is something Nima very much would want to do anyway. So I think I'm going to put a close in here for this episode. I very much appreciate everybody riding along with me and Nima and listening to my my musings and my commentary, and I hope you enjoy this. I'm having a lot of fun doing this with Nima and looking at her through the lens of Dragon Age. So I think that's it for now. Have any suggestions or comments, you can go ahead and leave a comment in the video or shoot me an email at dhd@dhdone.com. Thanks very much. Please stay safe, and I will see you next time.